Before I begin, I am a private Indigenous woman. I do not consent to censorship, distortion, or suppression of sacred truth. This message is for educational, spiritual, and lawful reflection under natural law, common law, and divine law. Let's talk about what the world has been too afraid to say. Around 6,600 years ago, a melanated scientist named Yakub began a grafting experiment on the island of Patmos. He took the dominant genes of the original people and began stripping the melanin, the spiritual intuition, and the divine code. He mixed in recessive traits extracted from what science now identifies as the canine line, wild wolf-based genetics known for aggression, survival instinct, and cold logic. Because this new creation was unstable and violent, they were banished to the caves and hills of Europe for nearly 2,000 years, away from the rest of civilization. They lived without light, without law, and without language until they were reintroduced later through spiritual intervention. The Bible hints at this in Genesis 25:25, where Esau, the twin of Jacob, came out red and hairy. Esau later became the father of Edom, and Edom's descendants became hostile to the true children of the Most High. Moses went into the caves not just to lead Hebrews out of bondage, but to civilize a forgotten tribe. This is referenced symbolically in Exodus and Leviticus, but explained more directly in the Apocrypha and Lost Scrolls. They did not take power, they were given power. By who? By the Most High, the Creator of all. Because our people disobeyed divine law, we mixed with forbidden nations. We broke covenant, we chased false idols. So as punishment, the Most High allowed the created ones to rise and rule the earth for 6,000 years. That's in Scripture too. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Deuteronomy 28, the curses for a disobedient nation. Daniel 4:17, the Most High ruleth and giveth it to whomsoever he will. This was never about strength. This was about a divine setup in a set time. And even though they were granted rule, they only been fully inside organized civilization for about 200 years. Before that, they were in villages, plague pits, and rural corners. In the 1800s, 1900s, they began showcasing pale babies at World's Fairs in Coney Island, using incubators and exhibitions to present their new image. This was a mass rollout, not a natural rise. While our indigenous babies were being unalived, erased, or indoctrinated, theirs were being worshipped and placed on display like new tech. But every contract has a clause, every ruling has an end. The 6,000-year agreement is up. That's why you feel the shift. That's why the truth is pouring back in. That's why systems are breaking, because they were never eternal. They were made, not born. They were released, not chosen. And they were given power, not because they earned it, but because we had to be reminded who we are. If this resonates in your spirit, share it. We're in the age of remembrance. The truth always returns, and this time we're not letting it get buried again.